Old school versus new school. Can Peyton Manning cement his legacy with this win, or does Cam prove his haters wrong? Carolina or Denver? Super Bowl 50 is here. Carl Coolidge here for the Sports Hit List. I'd like to thank you guys for watching our show, and let me introduce my panel. Anthony,
What's going on, sir?
All right, no Lakers stuff, no Steelers stuff for us today?
Not today. I'm, in mourning right now.
In mourning?
My Steelers.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, good. Polius.
What's going on, Carl?
Greg, how you doing, man? You all right?
I'll be all right.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Good. Kenny,
Sir.
back to the show, man, for the
Yes,
season. How you doing, man? You good?
I'm great.
You ready to get it going?
Yes, let's get it going.
Before we get it going, I remember someone making a prediction last time we were here, right? Do you remember that prediction? They said that the Jets were going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Something like that.
No, I think I should roll that footage. Didn't you see that?
It was something like that. Can we
roll the footage for that?
Yes, it happened.
Okay.
It happened.
Right,
I made a wrong
to that,
prediction.
please. Okay.
Gonna go Seattle and the Jets.
That's because you're a fan.
What
You
a
have to say
homer.
that. They pay you to say that.
They don't pay me, but
That's an objective perspective or a fan?
a little bit of both. A little bit of both. But I think once Seattle gets in, they're gonna be tough to beat.
You really think Fitzpatrick is going to hold up throughout the playoffs?
Why wouldn't he? The way our defense is playing, he's not. If he doesn't turn the ball over, the Jets are very hard to beat because they're extremely efficient offensively. Again, just like we spoke about earlier, they're the only team in the NFL to score 2 offensive touchdowns in every single game. We have the number 1 offense in a red zone efficiency in the entire league. We have a top 10 offense, and on top of that, we have a top 5 defense. That is a recipe for success.
You made a wrong prediction.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so for that means you should hold the L. Hold the L for the rest of the show.
Wow.
Now we're talking about the Super Bowl.
Wait,
hold the L.
wait.
You took an L, you
No,
hold the
no,
L.
no, no,
You
no.
took an L, you hold
No.
the L.
Pass the L. Pass it. Pass
You took
it.
an L. Yeah, that's
No,
an
literally,
L.
seriously. Because I also said the Steelers would make the Super Bowl.
See, there you go. So
And
you
that's
hold
not
the
going to
L.
happen. So
Right.
I'm going to also hold the L.
That's deep cuts right there.
Yes.
That
Wow.
that was deep.
Wow.
Carl, you really,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow.
That was,
I
told you.
I hope,
I
told you.
I
I
hope
told you.
and pray
I told you.
that your
I told you.
Celtics make that 5th seed.
They will.
Oh, man.
They will make the 50. I told you. Now.
Anybody else need to see the L?
Okay.
No?
All right, so let's
Sure.
get into it. Guys, Super Bowl is here finally. What was your first reaction when you saw it was going to be Carolina versus Denver? What was your first initial
My
thought?
first reaction was, yes, the cheater is gone. Finally. Finally.
I'm not okay. Okay, fine. You know what? I'll stick with that answer. I'll take that. What was your first initial thought?
I mean, it was part of that too.
Well, you're a Jet fan.
Yes,
So it figures.
I was trolling Patriot fans all day. It
Okay.
was great.
Oh,
Best time of my
besides-
Sunday.
okay, so that
but
shit-
after that, my thought process was, no one's gonna beat Carolina.
No one's gonna
They can't be stopped.
it was part Jet response as far as the Jets cost them home field advantage, which made them lose in the championship game, and the old versus new type dynamic that comes
Right.
with it.
Old versus new. So besides the quarterbacks, everyone's going to sit here and talk about Cam versus Peyton. Everyone paints football to be about the quarterbacks. But besides that, this game, what does it really come down to? Besides, because we know Peyton and Cam are going to show up because that's their job. But besides that, special teams, coaches, offense and defense. What stands out for this game for you, Greg?
Defense, first and foremost. Defense wins championships. And even though Denver may have the number 1 ranked defense, Carolina's defense isn't that far away.
Okay.
No, same here. Defense, Carolina's defense. I believe they led the league in turnovers, and they have. If they could keep it a low-scoring game as far as Denver and let Denver's defense do what it do, they have a great chance. But if it gets into a high-scoring game, Carolina's going to run all over them.
All right. Ant, what do you think?
I think the opposite. I actually think it's going to be the offense because I see both defenses as pretty much even. So it's going to come down to whether Peyton can make the most plays or should I say whether the Broncos offense can make the most plays or whether
You
Freudian
see consistency. Yeah,
Yes.
you almost
Freudian
slipped.
slip.
You almost
I know he
slipped.
did
You
slip.
almost
Or
caught
whether-
it, right?
himself.
You caught it, right? You almost caught it. You almost caught
whether
it.
the Panthers offense can make the
What
most
were you going to say
plays.
before that? You were about to say Peyton.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I
you
did
caught
not.
yourself.
No.
You caught
No, I did not.
Keep track, please.
No.
Keep track because as soon as he does it, you know where I'm
Teams
going.
wins games.
Not
players.
individual players.
No, not individual players.
I think keep that in your mind.
Yes.
I can't even get my
Yes.
sentences out because it's like,
Yes.
oh my goodness. All right. Anyway, people are always talking about Cam Newton. They talk about him being cocky and him doing the. What did you do before? Was the
Dab.
The dab.
Yeah.
Right. I'm still learning how to.
You even dab like you dancing a compa.
I
feel like you about to go like this.
I wanted to, but I can't. I'm sorry. Okay, so people say that that's what happens is that, Carolina's cocky. They're taking pictures of themselves, during blowout games. They're doing this, they're doing that. A lot of people seem to have a problem with that. You look at a guy like Peyton Manning, and I feel like the media, even though we are the media sitting here, but the media is painting it out to be, well.
I'm not the media.
The media is painting it out to be, here's a clean-cut guy in Peyton Manning, does his commercials, does whatever he needs to do. He's a Manning, versus Cam Newton. All he does is wants to dance at the end zone and do all that.
Cam is very clean cut himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very clean.
But I mean, in terms of this is
Seen
what
the
I'm
red
saying.
bottoms
out
he
there.
had on the other night?
Perception is everything.
Right.
And if you notice the people who are complaining after Cam does all that stuff, the people that they beat. Look at the fans who are complaining. It's all the fans that.
So you don't have a problem with him? doing
No, I
that?
want him to do it more.
Really?
Piss him off even more.
Dab
Because
on
he's
the
that
post.
good.
But I think off camera you were talking about how other players do it and it's not a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. Travis Kelce hitting the Quan in the end zone. Never heard it.
What's the Quan? You got it?
No, I'm not doing it. I am not doing
You want me to
it.
push the chairs for you
No,
to do it?
I am not doing it.
All right. What else? What else do players do? I know the
Aaron Rodgers
discount.
does the pelvic thrust. I mean, discount.
Is that how you see it, as a pelvic thrust?
It's a pelvic thrust. That's what it is.
That's what you see.
I mean,
Yes.
That's what catches your attention?
No, that's what it
just
is.
Is that what catches
That's
the
what it
pelvic?
is.
Okay, no.
I
think it's
What is he
belt.
moving?
Okay.
I
No,
think
what is he doing?
Listen,
He's referring to a
okay.
championship belt around his waist.
No, but he
But
does
pelvic
this.
thrust.
But if you
don't have to
remember-
do that to
If you
do
remember
that.
the, if you remember
Okay,
the,
Yes, and
Okay,
it's
okay.
disgusting.
if you remember the first letter that was written on behalf of this mother in the Saints that was so offended by Cam's dancing,
It's the pelvic.
she said specifically he was doing a pelvic thrust, which he wasn't. So I think that's where he's getting
But I
that
mean, here's
from.
the other thing though with Cam is that
I think he's watching
he hands a
pelvic
football
thrust.
to a kid after every touchdown. So
Cam also does a ton of charity work in the community.
So you.
I don't think it's about Cam's personality. It's more about his sportsmanship.
Okay.
That's what it's about. And then he was doing it when they was down by 30 points. and
sportsmanship
then he's
is
doing
overrated.
the Superman symbol. That's taken away from the team. That's always about me. I just scored a
But that's what people
touchdown.
exactly. But that's what people
No,
perceive
and that's
it as.
that's where it comes from. But when you're winning, all bets are off. I can't complain now. They're 15-1, 16-1, going to the Super Bowl, and then he had a great line. It's like, if you don't want me to dance, then don't let me get into the end zone, which is perfectly fine. But when you're losing and you're doing that, you look ridiculous.
Okay. Any other thoughts of that?
Again, sportsmanship is overrated. Do what you do. If you're that good, let them know you're that good. And that's what I think about it.
All right. So now we get into the quarterbacks. We already talked about you guys picked the defense, the offense. Peyton,
Kids, don't listen to that PSA message.
Dab on them.
Okay. Peyton's legacy.
Right.
Now we know how you feel about Peyton because
you know
we've
how I
seen
feel
it.
about Peyton?
They've seen it on the sports hit list. They've seen you curse.
It's not how I
after
feel.
cut.
It's just
We've seen-
It's just.
And for those who haven't seen, they could go to YouTube and watch all our videos and see what
It's
we've
definitely
done.
a feeling. There's no facts involved.
You could
just
definitely log
feelings.
on and subscribe and you can watch it there. But your feeling is that he is not the greatest of all time because he doesn't win in the postseason. Am I correct? with
That's
that?
factual.
That's factual. Right. He, on the other hand, feels that it's not about how many Super Bowl rings you have, but it's about
How many yards you have?
Not only that it's not about how many Super Bowl rings you have. The fact is, he already won a Super. People are acting like, oh well, he doesn't have. You can't say he doesn't have a Super
now,
Bowl.
But, okay, going into this game, we already
Right.
know he lost 2 Super Bowls. Last time he was here at MetLife Stadium in New York, Seattle blew them out the water. It wasn't even a contest. I think I fell asleep in the second half, right? And it was a bad game for him. But knowing Peyton's character, he picked himself back up. We saw him do that. Is this his final year?
Yes.
Given
Yeah.
his injury,
Yeah.
it's his final year.
Definitely.
Now, you talked about old school versus new school. Who's more important to win the Super Bowl? Does that make sense? Who's more important for
their team.
for their team in terms of these two quarterbacks? Is it more important for Peyton to win to cement his legacy, like I said, or is it more important for Cam to win to prove his haters?
So I think it's more important for Cam because Peyton is already gonna go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, win
the
or
greatest
lose.
quarterback.
Well, that's my opinion. That I don't think that's for a whole nother topic and
whole nother
conversation.
segment.
Yeah, I don't think he is. But Yeah, sip on that,
Can't
please.
stop laughing.
I sip my tea.
Yeah, you do that. You
Sip
do
my
that. Don't
tea.
worry.
Okay.
Sip your tea, hold
But
your L.
this is Cam was the first overall draft pick. You know, he was touted as the next big thing, and he's finally gotten Carolina to that pinnacle. And the only way for everyone to see that he's made it is to win this ring.
I think, honestly, at the end of the day, it's important for both of them because you got to win, no matter what. They're still going to be paid and everything else. But on a grander scale, as an African American, quarterbacks are not really. They're not represented they don't really represent African Americans a lot. There's a lot of white quarterbacks, there's only a handful of black quarterbacks. And for a long time, there was a stereotype that black quarterbacks couldn't win you games or win you the game, championship games. Like you had Randall Cunningham, Warren Moon, and a lot of greats like that. But they were flashy, Michael Vick, they could run, but they always had a stereotype of the running quarterback. Instead of just being a quarterback who could run, like a Steve Young, the black quarterback's always the running quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers.
But now, with Cam Newton, if he wins, he could really put a stamp on what Russell Wilson started as far as dispelling those kind of stereotypes and saying that black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever you are, if you're intelligent enough, you put in the work and you do what's right for your team, you could get them to the Super Bowl and win championships no matter what style of quarterback you are.
I have like two answers. Like, what's the best storyline?
Well, forget the storyline. I mean, everyone's painting their own stories. In
You know,
your opinion, everyone's going to
All
paint
right.
a
Well,
story.
in my opinion, I still also think it's twofold. Like, my opinion, I think for football and for Peyton Manning's legacy, it would be great to see him go out like Jerome Bettis and other guys did on top and things
Michael
like that.
Strahan, the legend, like
Yeah,
great players.
Michael
right.
Strahan. But for the evolution of football, I think it would be better for Cam to win. So there can stop being these doubts about those kind of quarterbacks that they try to stereotype.
Well, speaking of stereotypes, a segue. You guys are learning how this TV thing is great. Are we making this about a race? Are we making it about race? Are fans making it about race? Is it about the white quarterback?
It's always
versus the
about
black
race.
quarterback? What is this? Why is that even a topic of discussion about? We're going to put the race card. Like, are we playing the race card? Is it about Cam being black, Peyton being white? Are African Americans going to choose Cam because he's black? Are white people going to choose Peyton because he's white? Is that what we're going to make this game about?
I don't think it's going to come to that, but it's definitely the undertone there, and it didn't happen recently. It's always been there. You just like Kenneth alluded to, you know, look at RG3, like how they're touted, how they, you know, when they're coming out and how they're scouted. There's certain words that make you like, oh, he's not going to be that good because he can't sit back in the pocket and pass.
Be a statue.
Yeah, he's not a pocket passer.
Read the defense. There's always kind of
Coded language.
yes.
So we're not making it. We're not making it about it.
It's
Or-
no, because the facts is it's there. It's always been there. It's the reason that, you know, some guys get told to, you know, be a tight end like they told Cam to be instead of giving him a chance like they gave Tim Tebow to actually succeed in what you do best and things like that. So it's not like it's there. You can say we're race bait or anything like that, but if you look at the facts, we're just talking about what happened. That's history. We can't deny history.
I can't believe I'm gonna do this, but he's kind of right.
First time in history on the Sports Hit List.
I've witnessed this.
I'm sitting here live. You guys want to shake hands or something?
No. Well,
This
still has you blocked?
This is a momentous occasion.
Of course.
in a sense,
man.
because in college, when I was playing in college, black quarterbacks would transfer to the team, and then we'd always have to run the joke. We'd say, how long before he's a wide receiver? Because he would never stay. And that's what because they were more athletic than the regular white quarterbacks, so they were, I guess, more versatile. So they moved him to wide receiver every single time like clockwork. And that's just that's like we said, it's the underlying tone, but I don't think it's something that's focused on. But it needs to be something that's said because
Something that's addressed.
if you leave it in the back burner, then it's just gonna stew. Like no one's saying bump Peyton Manning because he's white. That's ridiculous. Peyton Manning is a great person. He's a great quarterback, and he's been a great humanitarian throughout his career. And he's personally one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. He disappointed me a lot because he was losing in the playoffs.
Final predictions. Now, again, you're saying it on camera,
Right.
so be careful what you say.
Don't
because
look at
you
me.
know the next time we're here, I will run that tape back. So final prediction, score. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. Okay. All right, I'll go first. My prediction before this was the Steelers and the Panthers, and I had the Steelers.
I didn't ask you. I asked you.
No, I didn't know. I
didn't ask you that.
break it
No,
down.
But no, break it down. You broke it down already. Just break down
Okay,
what the
I
final score of this
I had
game.
the Panthers beating the Steelers late. I have the same
Why you
thing
being
happen to the
difficult?
Broncos, except it's going to happen early. In the first quarter, it's going to be over. I have it Panthers winning 55-14.
Wow. You think they're going to put up 55 points on the
Panthers
best
winning
defense?
55-14.
Okay.
I'm going to go 27-20 Panthers.
I'm thinking like it's gonna be a repeat of last time, like a 43-8. Yeah, I see 43-8. I see Peyton Manning
So-
throwing like four
43-8 to
So, safety?
Carolina.
Carolina 43-8.
So 43-8
27-20
Carolina.
55-14 Carolina.
Okay.
So 8 safety.
So
what?
I'm gonna say
2-point conversion. What else?
I'm gonna say 21.
20.
21-20. Yeah. 21-20. I'll go with Peyton.
The GOAT.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Peyton. I kind of like I said. I feel that Cam still has time. This is his last. It'd be nice, like you said, to see Peyton Manning rise into the sunset.
You know, so his haters can finally, say
That's
that
like
he has
saying,
his other Super
like
Bowl
Steph
for
should
some
have lost to
reason. there's
LeBron
a-
last year because he has time.
Yeah,
You gotta grab it while you can because you never know when you're
You're
gonna
right.
get back.
You're right. Ask Dan
How do you
Marino.
call a man a hater? He just gave Peyton all types of props. Said
No,
he's one of
but
his
then
favorite
he and then he
quarterbacks.
All right.
hates on
So
him.
as they continue to argue back and forth, that'll do it for the Sports Hit List. Thank you for watching our show. Please continue to support us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We don't have a MySpace because they got rid of that, but we do have a blog.
Actually, MySpace still there. We just
We,
don't have
we
one.
just don't have one. Instagram, Twitter, all the social media. Just Google us and you'll find us. Thanks for watching. Take care.